All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Glasscast. Today I'm going to be giving my top 10 prospects in the NFL draft for tomorrow, and it's not in particular order. These are just the guys I think are going to be the best in the NFL, not by team, not by anything, but here are my top 10 prospects. So, number one, Ruben Bain, Miami. He's an edge rusher, 263. He's a junior from Miami too, and this guy is off the charts at tackling. If we're gonna be honest, as a freshman, he was All-American, and every single year he was consistently getting TFLs and just getting a lot of tackles as an edge and putting a lot of pressure on the defense. On the offense. His nickname is Hurricane Bane. He's a dog. He is a dog. I love watching him in the college football playoff. He was a guy every team has to plan for because he's that dominant. We'll see if we can keep it up in the NFL. I don't know if he will be able to. Hopefully, he will be able to. I think he's going to be one of the best edges in the NFL in the future. We'll see if he can do that. But he's my number one prospect. If we get to number two, I have Arvell Reese. He's from Ohio. Went to Ohio State. In-state guy. Junior. He's another edge. 240. This guy is faster than Ruben Bain. He's a little bit quicker. He was an All-American, Big Ten Conference linebacker of the year, and he's a dog. He really is. He was the finalist for a Butkus Award. Very fast, quick hands. Could see him being a real threat in the NFL. Number three, I have Fernando Mendoza, quarterback from Indiana. I wanted to put him a little bit higher, but I don't think I could. Because honestly, I don't know if this guy really is going to be as good as everybody thinks he's going to. Great story. He has one of the coolest stories in sports. People didn't really know who he was when he was at Cal, and then transfers to Indiana. Does everything you could wish for in 1 year. Heisman Trophy winner. But I do see in a way that he is kind of like a system quarterback. And I don't know if he'll be able to adjust to the NFL, but we will see. I wouldn't like him running like he did in the college football playoff, because if you can't do that in the NFL anymore because you get hurt. Look at Jaden Daniels. Look at Justin Fields. They don't work out. It just doesn't work out. Jaden Daniels definitely needs to work on, not running because he gets hurt. You don't want to have your quarterback get hurt. Availability is the best stat. Fourth, I got to go with my man Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs, another Ohio State safety. This guy has been a prospect for years to come. He was a 5-star recruit, top 15 overall in his class. He was at Alabama. He was SEC freshman year, and then he did transfer. It's a little butthurt that he did that. But every year he has accolades. First team All-American 2024 and 2025. Second team All-American as a freshman. Guy's a stud. He will be good in the NFL. He might actually be the best prospect on this list. But I definitely think this guy has a lot of upside. He moved very well. So we'll see. We'll see how he does in the NFL. But I think maybe the Giants should look at picking him up, or I don't know, any team that needs secondary help. Then my next prospect is Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles, linebacker, another guy from Ohio State. Yeah, Ohio State's going to get a lot of recognition this year in the draft. He ran a 4.46, very fast, big guy. He kind of built his way up through college. He was pretty good freshman, sophomore year, but then junior year he just kind of took off, and then he was second team All-Press, All-American last year. 82 tackles, started every game. So he's a pretty reliable guy. Hopefully he can do that in the NFL. He had 100 tackles in 2024. We'll see, though. We'll see how he does. I like him a lot. Next, guys, my first running back on the list, Jeremiah Love. I've loved this guy, no pun intended, for years. He's been a stud consistently. For Notre Dame, he was a dog. In 2025, he was an All-American. He won the nation's top running back award. He was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy winner. He was fourth in FBS, 6.9 yards per carry, which is pretty unbelievable. He won't be able to do that in the NFL, but maybe he'll be able to do something like that. He had 137 scrimmage yards per game, and he ended up with 1,372 rushing yards, and he had 18 rushing touchdowns. Started all 12 games. Guy was a dog for Notre Dame. It's going to be hard for them to lose him because he's been their rock for the past 3 years, essentially. So, a lot of upside there. Fast, reliable. Should be the best running back off the board. Next guy I got is another edge. This guy's a little bit bigger, 250. David Bailey from Texas Tech. He's from California. He was a senior, and he's been outstanding every year in college. He really has been. As a senior, he's just kept up with how good he's been every year in college. He was a freshman All-American. Then he led the team at Stanford with TFLs in 2023. He ranked fourth in FBS with 5 tackle for loss 2024. And then 2025, he transferred to Texas Tech, and he was an All-American. So this guy should realistically be a stud. Very, very reliable. 4.5 as an edge is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. But yeah, he played a lot of his games. He wasn't really hurt either. So I like this guy a lot. Hopefully he's a stud. Very hard for linemen to stay in front of. This guy's a dog. All right, my next one. We should be at number 8 now. Number 8, I got Caden Proctor. Caden Proctor is a unit. He's a unit. He can be a running back too, if you didn't know that. At Alabama, he's a junior now. I'm actually matched with him on LinkedIn, so I'm kind of like boys with him. It's pretty chill. But yeah, he'll do whatever you need him to do. He'll run the ball. He'll block downfield. He was all heart the whole season. He never gave up. I would always watch him, and he was really a staple for the line. But he was a 5-star recruit out of high school, been a stud, SEC all-freshman team, second team all-SEC as in 2024, and then he was All-American he was a second-team All-American this past year. First-team All-SEC. He's a big guy. One of the bigger O tackles. I mean, 350. He's a dog, and I think he'll fit right with the NFL because all those guys are huge too. So I got 2 prospects left. They're both receivers actually. I think they're interchangeable in a way, but the second guy has much more like a wow factor. He can make some really explosive plays. But the first guy got Makai Lemon. He went to USC. He was a junior wide receiver. Let's look at his stats right here. He won the nation's top wide receiver this last year. He was first team All-American, first team All-Big Ten. He was a stud. He had 1,100 receiving yards, 79 receptions, and 11 receiving touchdowns. This guy was consistent all throughout college. Again, in 2024, he was third team All-Big Ten. And built his way up. But he played wide receiver cornerback actually as a freshman, and then he fully transferred to a wide receiver when he was a sophomore. This guy, he's not as flashy as Jordan Tyson, the guy I'm going to talk about next, but he'll catch anything you throw him, run routes really well. And he's very quick. He can deke out defenders pretty well. And I think he's the most NFL ready receiver out of everybody, I would say. But the next guy, Jordan Tyson, I actually wasn't going to put him on this list. He's my number 10, but he has so many plays that you just look at it and you're just like, wow, he could be really good. He's a lot of those highlight plays, and I love that. He went to Arizona State, and yeah, I mean, started his freshman year in Colorado, led the team with 470 yards, not a lot, but built his way up. He tore his ACL, MCL, and PCL, actually. Yeah, unfortunately. Then he redshirted in 2023. 2024, he was third-team All-American, first-team All-Big 12 stud. And 2025, he was first-team All-Big 12 again, third-team All-American. He had 61 receptions, 700 yards, and he missed 4 games. So injury is obviously going to be a problem here because he missed a lot. He's torn his ACL, MCL, PCL, had some hamstring issues. But we will see if he can be healthier in the NFL. But I think his explosiveness is probably top 3. Like, I think he could really be one of the best receivers in this class, if not the best. But he's got a lot to work for. I don't think he's going to make a huge impact his first year. It would take a couple of years, but I do think this guy's going to be a stud. But yeah, this is that's my top 10 prospects. Ruben Bain, I think that guy's going to be a stud. He's been hyped up a lot by all the analysts and everybody, and I really, watching him play, it looks like he's going to be really good in the NFL. But we'll see tomorrow night who takes him. All right, Glasscast is out.